You gotta put sex as such a low part of your pedestal. And I wanna say this to the men, like specifically to the men. And I know it's gonna sound crazy at first, but you need to sit with this and really let it digest. You need to separate euphoria and sex. They are not the same. And what happens is when you can't do that and you keep sex and euphoric moments tied together, sex becomes such a priority in your life that you allow a woman to destroy you with lies. You already know the vibes. It's your man Rico Hundo here at 8 at the Table, and I got my partner in crime with me, Esso. We are in the building. We're about to shake this up. But before we go ahead and get into any of that, I gotta say thank you for the support, the likes, the comments, subscribing, notifications, super chat, everything. We want to say thank you. And now let's get into a very informative topic.
Wait, hold on. But they finally got what they wanted. They finally got us together, one-on-one, so we can talk to the fellas point blank, right into the camera, yo.
So let's actually dive in. But before we dive in, I would just want to say, like, you know, Aegis was just saying this too. The real is going to be real. Okay. At the end of the day, no matter where it goes, the real is going to be real. And I really feel like we're going to keep it real with the fellas right now when we talk about something in regards to saving women.
Does all women need to be saved? Or do all women, because y'all be chopping us up with the language and all that, yeah. Do all women need to be saved? Hell no.
Fuck no. Like, I don't think any woman should really be saved. Me personally. See, to me, saving is like you're on the flat line and somebody got the shockers and they're like clear and you try to pump their chest. They already dead. Okay. That's saving to me. So in regards to that, it's like, you know, girls that are outside and that are lost. They lost in the sauce. You know?
Everybody likes to save those because they, for some reason, they think that they're going to turn this girl around. Like, because they want to have a female that has that sexual thing that she got with them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they want them to be a little wild, you know what I'm saying? They want them to be a little risque, but then they want them, but then as soon as they wife them, they want to save them, and they want to change them to something that they're not.
That's true, and I spoke about this too when I said back in the day when I was younger, I used to always say, I want a girl who was an ex-ho. I want a wife that was an ex-ho. I said that, right?
Interesting. I'm not mad at that, though.
Yeah, because it's fun as fuck. but as I got older, I realized that's not the wave because people come as they are, even when you don't know it. So whenever you're trying to save somebody, you're really trying to tell somebody, I'm trying to pull you out of your own way. And that's too much legwork. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to go back to revolting to who they are, in my opinion, when push comes to shove.
I mean, yo, listen. Saving is a subjective thing to me, right? It depends upon what angle you coming on or when they need to be saved. Okay. There are good women out there that need guidance. That's technically saving them too. They might have a kid, no kids, but they might need guidance. They might not need your money, you know what I'm saying? But they might need your physical prowess, your knowledge, your way of being, the way you problem solve. You are saving them because that same woman that could look prosperous could have nothing, have no man, a pot to piss in, nor a window to throw it out, living check by check, and you're saving her.
I feel like all in that case though, all women that get married got saved then.
Why you say that?
Because I feel like all women need guidance from a man.
Because some women need the guidance. They don't need your money. They don't need your cars or whatever it is. They need guidance so they can take what they have to push forward. Yeah. A lot of men think that saving women is paying their bills. That's it. I saved you. I paid your bills. But those bills get picked back up again. They're going to run those bills back up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's going to be a recurrent cycle. If you're really trying to save somebody, you're trying to save their state of mind or change their state of mind from being negative to positive. That's what I call saving. So if you meet somebody, they could be in a hole a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They could be a little frustrated. They could be
Rough
down on
times.
themselves, rough times or whatever.
Yeah.
So men think that when you come in there and you're saving that woman, for me, it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Because what about helping? Like you be around people and you want to help them, but you don't necessarily want to save them.
Most men provide guidance and a lane and structure for their wife and for the family.
Okay.
And in some context, that could be considered saving because they don't really do that. Most women, I feel like, we probably agree on this, know how to look out for themselves and maybe their children.
Yes.
And that's it. But a man comes into their life and he provides infrastructure that's going to allow her to look out for herself and the children and the household as he provides it. But when I'm speaking on saving, I'm like, I'm thinking it's just like somebody who's truly lost. Like they're not capable of at this point. And, a lot of men try to save girls who are thrill seekers. And we spoke about this too. And we're like, when, these girls be caught up in their lifestyle, first of all, it's very hard to maintain that lifestyle. One, it's unrealistic to have that lifestyle forever. And then the other thing is when it comes to getting out that lifestyle, they miss the lifestyle so much they go right back to it.
But how they really going back to it when we know that they got a shelf life? They going back to it. How fast are they going back to it?
Shit, I don't know.
Because
try it.
Because saving is a ghetto term to me. You know what I'm saying? We're saving girls. When I think of saving, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm thinking about girls, women, females, whatever you want to categorize them as. They're in the strip club.
Facts.
They don't have any money.
They got money.
No. These are different girls,
Okay.
not the same girls. There's strip club girls need to be saved.
There's one.
Bang. Girls that don't got more money. Two. Bang. You know what I'm saying? Ones that are just lost and they don't know what to do. Men are using them right and left.
I don't mind those
They
ones.
act
though.
like that they like it, but still, you don't mind them because you're not trying to keep them. You're not trying to save that one.
Nah, I might try to save that one.
Which one? The one that's doing what?
The one that's getting manipulated. I might be more willing to save that one.
I tried that. That shit's trash. It's trash. I tried that. No, I thought she was getting manipulated. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as they get right and they get good, they, like you said, they go right back to the foolishness.
Makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
But when they need you, you like, yo, this is what you need to do. All right, I'm actually gonna go this way. You said go this way? Yeah, cool. As soon as they money get right, they get a new crib or something, then they want to make decisions again.
The old decisions.
Bang! I want to be back doing the foolishness that I was once doing.
And go right back.
I didn't want to be saved. I want to do the foolishness and have a lot of money. And I want to keep doing the foolishness until I can't do the foolishness no more, until my shelf life is completely over. And then I want to be a good girl, but nobody wants your vagina at that time.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to save you.
That makes a good point. I feel like a lot of women want to be a good girl when they're forced to be a good girl.
Exactly.
They're forced to become a good girl.
Or
And
they're
that's
worn down.
that's a force.
I had a hoe one time tell me, do you think that I actually get tired? And I said, no.
Wait, time out.
She asked me, don't you think I got tired? I said, no. How do you get tired of your own profession? You a hoe. This is what you do. I'm not saving you. I'm not even with the shits. I'm not dealing with none of that. This is what you want to do. You gotta rock out like this.
Yeah.
Don't tell me after all of these years when you want to try to settle down, you tired. You not tired. You trying to fool me to save you.
Yo, and although I'm not gonna lie, 1,000% agree with you. I gotta keep it a hundo.
Okay.
Because I did try to save a hoe.
That the girl you kissed in the mouth?
That's the girl I kissed in the mouth. That's the girl I kissed her. I tried to save her, and it was so bad. It was so bad, but I feel like most times when dudes try to save a girl, it's because they play them, right?
The vagina was talking to you.
Yeah, no. It's not even that. You know what it was? It was, if you ever want to win with me, all you gotta do is be real, even about the shit that you not real.
And she said, "I'm a downright whore," and you was cool with it.
Exactly. I am this. And I said, let me see if I could work with it. Like,
And you could work with it, but you wasn't trying to keep it.
No, I was working with it, and I tried to keep it, ever.
Think about this. Are you going to trust her when she's not in your sights? How are you going to get money? How are you going to travel and do what you need to do and stay focused? Because the number one thing that takes us men off our one is trying to save a woman. It becomes your job now.
Yeah.
Let that job go. If she wants to be saved, she'll come to you. It will make itself prevalent in your face that she actually wants to change. You're not going to change her though. And that's the thing that we somehow try to show them the light. Like, no matter what woman that you're with, you can tell her, don't bet on these football games. But if she sees you winning, she's going to bet on the football games. And you can come say, don't bet a lot on the games. And she's going to turn around and bet 10 bets and lose all 10. And you're going to try to save her. You're going to say, yo, let me go on my account. Let me replenish your shit because you made a mistake. Yeah. No, let her be broke. Don't give her nothing. Let her try to find her way to eat. Let her cook the food in the house because she has to learn if you're going to save her. She has to appreciate it. So when you walk up to these women and you just save it, white knight syndrome, whatever syndrome that y'all want to give them, right? Give them all the 10 syndromes, right? When they walk up with all the syndromes, you are the herb now because you're not even fucking taking time to learn who this girl is. Y'all go right into saving.
People don't realize that saving and protecting or providing is two different things.
Okay.
And that's where that's where the lines get blurred, right? Because for one man, like for example, if we use a girl who was using money for gambling and losing it after he told her not to, and he replenished the money, he might think that he's providing. And not understanding that he's crippling.
He's encouraging.
Yeah, once you encourage bad behavior, then you're gonna get bad results.
But you already letting the girl come in with the bad behavior already, and she told you, and you know it.
I think everybody got some bad behavior though.
But she not gonna come to you and tell you I'm a downright hoe, and you just gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna work with this.
But
this is fine by me,
you know
and I'm gonna change your wholeness around, cause I'm Rico, and once I slap this on you, you're gonna want to change and just be with me.
Nah, that's not what it is.
Okay.
There's another way, right? And the other way is, some people it's not about changing. Some people are just okay with. Right? Which is still enabling.
Okay.
So like for like my situation, it was like, yo, I'm okay with you doing what you do. If what you say is real. If what you saying you're doing this for whatever, then that means when times change, then you wouldn't do that if that is real. If it's real. But I was okay with. Some people are okay with a person being who they are because they feel like their negative flaws doesn't, backfire on them.
May I ask you a question?
But it's still wrong.
How many dudes that you know survived a marriage or a long-term relationship with a downright hoe they had to save? Yeah, I mean,
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know anybody's wife's real history.
Okay.
I don't know anybody's wife. Like if I, you know what I'm saying? If I knew, like for example, we just had a segment with Desiree, and I know like a little bit about her. So like if you ask me something like 10, 20 years from now, like, all right, well I know that she played around a little bit outside.
That's not what I'm trying to find out. Do you know any men who tried to save a promiscuous woman that was lost and needs saving? Do you know any of those?
I don't know any lost women that got saved.
Okay.
See, now there's a normalized part of life. The normalized part of life is traveling, going out, partying. Back then, I'm not saying there weren't hoes. There's always been.
Okay, what are you thinking?
But what I'm saying is, before it was so much harder to cover up your shit that you would be like, yo, I'm not even gonna do much. Not anything, much. Now, yo, even one of my girl's friends, bro, my girl's friend brought another one of their friends, two of them, right, two of her friends, flew to another country to go meet.
Two other dudes.
No, one other dude. But she used the girl to
cover
go
up.
as a girl's trip. In 1990, 1995, my girl is not traveling without me.
Nigga, no, they was traveling.
Without you?
Yes, what are you talking about, nigga? They was traveling.
I don't know.
They was doing everything that they're doing now, they were doing then. It just wasn't no social media for people to see. You had your downright women who was getting paid, and they weren't glorious. The only difference now is the women that are getting paid for sex are glorified. They weren't glorified back then. They were hiding. They were in what you call a secret society style of thing. You knew who they were. They hung out with the dudes. They traveled too. Women was sneaking out. In the 90s, when I was young and first started traveling, I always got away with other dudes, chicks, because they would bring their friend. And if I wasn't smashing a friend too, I knew how to have my man like a Rico Hunter. Rico's coming. You're paying, right, Rico? Yeah. This one's nice for you.
$75.
We good, whether it's $75 or whether it's a girl that's coming over. Like I'm a rock with Rico for the weekend. That's how we had it. That's how it was different. If it was me and you, yo, shorty, my man out here, I'm sending you a picture and everything. This is what my mans look like.
Nah, we do that too.
Tell your girl she good. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like it's so much more different because now there's so many different ways. Like, I feel like this is the generation of enabling. So because everything is so enabled, it's so much more worse.
My father had my mom. He didn't make a lot of money. My mom's worked, right? He paid every bill in the house except the phone bill, right? And bought the food. She still spent all her money. Every dime, son. You know what I'm saying? And all he did was argue with her. Argue, why you spending money? Blah, blah, blah. He helped her do that. If he gave her more responsibility even back then to just say pay the bills, but he wanted to be King Kong. I take care of the whole thing because he wants to be Slick Rick the Ruler. I told you about my father. You know what I'm saying? He's Slick Rick the Ruler. So you can't be Slick Rick the Ruler if other people are doing things. We already know that about women. If they're doing stuff for themselves, it's hard for you to penetrate what they got going on in their mind.
That leads me to ask you this question, right? If women are basically going to be women by what we're saying right now, is it possible that we're going to end up with one of the women who had an extensive past? Do we overvalue their sexual past to a point where they hide it so well enough that we're getting one regardless whether we know it or not?
A lot of times we are, because the number one thing about men is we not telling for real. Like, all right, women get, women get involved. Say she's dealing with you and you got another girl, or you dealing with somebody else. They're getting involved. Men are keeping their mouth closed, and they letting the women keep going and keep going and keep going. You only talking amongst your friends. You might tell me.
Nah, yo, Esso, look.
Who else you telling?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Esso. Right? I'm gonna be honest, and I'm glad that we kind of just. We just spoke, because we actually just spoke about this on the segment before, where women are saying this, right? Women are like, men talk more than these women, right? Okay. There's way more, provocative words that really are used with this saying, but men are talk more than women, and they're saying that, and I'm like, so what? Honestly, with me, all my friends, even my high school, if you did something, all the guys know. I feel like that's such a great thing that's happening because they've been getting away with being undercover thoughts for so long that their dirt is finally being dug up and thrown on the other lawn, and now we all seeing them for what they are, and they don't like that. But I feel like right now it's different, bro.
Why are we so foolish to think that these women aren't doing anything? That's the thing that bothers me.
That's true, too.
Why when they slide out their mother's vagina, we think that they're princesses? Why do we think that way? They're regular people. They have urges. They want to have sex. Some of them like two men at the same time. Look at the woman that was on lip service. The girl, the old dancer chick and all that. She said on her 52nd or 55th birthday, her gift was she got a train ran on her. She said it, and she said, I enjoyed having men touch me and please me at the same time and all the rest of these type of things. Why don't we think that women want that type of thing because they lie to us and say that's nasty, they capping. If you pay attention to this show, I tell you, when they wake up capping. So if you really understand that, and I keep saying this to y'all really understand that. Me and Rico go back and forth about this a lot. Rico doesn't want to believe every woman is getting up capping. I believe it. I know they are.
I give a 90-10 rule.
I know they're capping. That's their strength. So if you're thinking that they're gonna tell you the truth, it's their strength. Because us gullible men want to believe everything that they say. So why would they not cap to you and tell you what you want to hear and put you in the mind frame to save them? That's the whole thing. But if you put your mind to it and say, yo, they capping, prove to me. Prove to me you not capping. If us men wouldn't really change this around and say we not saving people or we want to save the right girl, take your time with her. Because she's gonna reveal herself. We go into saving as soon as she sits on our dick, as soon as it feels good, we wake up, we have a good conversation with her, she's wild cool. I could see myself rocking with her. Whether she's my girl, my other girl, the girl I'm saving, the girl I'm gonna travel with, but she's gonna be in my girl circle, and I'm going to save her. Am I capping?
No, but I think that it comes also with time. Because I feel like I would never do that now. There's a lot of things I won't do now. When I was younger, yeah. When you get excited, you got to understand the difference between sex and euphoria. You know what I'm saying? We got to separate them.
Euphoria is a mother, though.
But you got to separate them. You know what I'm saying? Sex, like, you got to, and I want to, like, when I talk to men, you want to make, and it's going to sound crazy at first, but you got to really, really understand it. You got to put sex as such a low part of your pedestal. And I want to say this to the men, like specifically to the men. And I know it's going to sound crazy at first, but you need to sit with this and really let it digest. You need to separate euphoria and sex. They are not the same. And what happens is when you can't do that and you keep sex and euphoric moments tied together, sex becomes such a priority in your life that you allow a woman to destroy you with lies. Now, when you can definitely put sex on a third thing, maybe even a fourth thing on your priority list. You should have your family, if you got kids, have your kids, and have yourself and your finances. Those are 4 things you should have above sex with women. And if you can't do that, what's going to happen is you are going to be lied to. You're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be a victim of another capping ass woman who you tried to save and who stole or took, because you gave, it's not stealing, who took everything that you had to offer.
But what about the feeling that they provide you, that sexual feeling that drives most men? You're saying to put the family and all this prior, but when you first meet a woman, none of that matters right there. Whether you have one or not, none of that matters. When I'm meeting her, the number one thing that we want to know, are we sexually compatible? Whether I like her or not. Because if I do try to save her, if I am taking her out and I'm doing things to try to really get to know her, it's all wasted in a man's mind if we get to that bedroom and the sex is trash, right? So when we know that, and when the sex is good, when it's euphoric, as you say, it's hard to not be spaghetti brain. That's why you still have to be in mind to give them a little time, because you still need to see where they're coming from. Time, to me, cures all.
I feel like there's 2 things. One is discipline. And honestly, that discipline will overrule everything else, right? When you are disciplined to whatever it is that you got, whatever morals that you set, whatever truth that you seek, all the others is going to come and it's going to go. You might fall off your game a little bit, but you're going to get right back because you're so used to being on top of your shit. But the other thing is like, and I say this, and I said this again, I said this prior. I had to have one of my friends, Kwame, you know Kwame, sit me down right after I did some dumb shit in Miami with a fucking 6, you know what I'm saying, and say, bro, you can't do that. At some point, you gotta value yourself more. So when you start to be like, damn, I have a lot to offer. When you realize that you have a lot to offer, you're a protector and a provider. You're capable of it. You are also someone who is able to guide. You're capable of it. You're somebody who's able to lead and lead with success. You're capable of it. When you understand how much and how valuable that is, you will start to separate sex in your euphoric moments because you're a man. A man is going to have sex. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have sex. We're going to have sex with girls we don't like.
What about the euphoric moments that you have?
Yeah.
We're throwing out the euphoric moment is what got you kissing girls in their hot mouth though.
You got. No. But like I said, you're gonna fall off. But it's all right. Like I fell off for like 2-3 months, but I snapped right out of it, and it's cool because 2-3 months is so small for a time frame. But when I did fall, and I'm like, yo, my mans was telling me I was bugging. I'm like, yo. And this was the worst part. I know I'm bugging. I said to him,
I've been there.
I know I'm bugging.
I've been there.
Just let me bug for a little bit. Let me bug for a little bit. But when you know you're bugging, you can regroup.
But see, okay. But you always see me and you go back and forth. Like Rico has this thing that he based the whole world on me and him, right? He thinks that these dudes out here act like me and him, but they don't. Right? And although we act a lot alike, we still fight over certain things. Oh, yo, you're wrong about that. You're bugging. I'm saying all women is capping. All women not capping. You know what I'm saying? We go back and forth. But what you got to hear in what we're saying is that it's all about time and knowing who you are. Right? You can't just go out and just start saving whoever. What's your purpose? We're beings that thrive off of emotion. You know what I'm saying? And keeping and trying to keep that intact is key in being able to see the total picture. We start making decisions on these women and don't even see the total picture. Like I've been telling y'all, ask them questions. Every show that we got, if you really pay attention to what we're talking about, we're really trying to unite men and women. We're trying to expose to women how men really think, and we're trying to expose to men how women really think, whether you like it or not. They're not saying the things that you want to hear, but if you pay attention, you'll learn how to navigate and not be what I call simpy. It's a simpy.
It's a symptom of a simpy.
Yeah. Simpy is a symptom of a simp.
Simpy.
That's what I call it.
You sneeze, you gotta simpy.
No, you're a simpy. You know what I'm saying? You're trying, you want to go these extra miles, but sometimes you can't. But you want to, it's in your mind, you're talking to your boys about it, you're a simpy. You know what I'm saying? But you might not be able to fulfill the whole...
I had a simpy.
You might not be able to fulfill all the things that she needs or what you want, but you actually want to do it, and you become blinded, and now you want to save her. Don't be a simpy. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Let these people, if it's a man that you're talking to, homeboy, and he's telling you stuff, you're going to give him time to see, like, yo, is this dude really about what he say?
Word.
That's how me and you got close.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? We met each other. We chilled. Yo, come play ball with me. Come eat with me. Once we stay solid and I say, yo, you seem like a solid dude, then we'll move further and we'll do business. You have to conduct your women the same way. Give them time to show their face. Give them time to show their true colors. And then you can decide what you want to contribute to try to help her instead of save her. Look at it as helping and not saving.
And don't beat yourself up. Because I beat myself up before when I was in high school. I would beat myself up when I allowed a girl to get the best of me and play me. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of times we let one situation that happened that we might have been the victim to, and we hold on to that for so long that we don't realize that you just carry that shit with you for so long that you destroy a lot of things that could have happened and or yourself for a long period of time. And it's all right because it's going to happen to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got played. I'm pretty sure Essel got played. Everybody got played. But you cannot dwell on being played. You got to learn. Once you learn, you got to then implement. And once you implement, then you have to go ahead and live. You know what I'm saying? With everything that you did learn and practice what you're implementing on a daily basis.
But I do still keep them 3 bras that tried to play me in the back of my mind, though. I ain't even going to cap.
Honestly,
I moved forward. But one was when I was 14. I won't ever forget it. I was 14 years old. I ain't never forgot you.